Hello, and welcome to another episode of Project 2JZ28. Well, we've achieved it. I've got less than a half tank per the gauge in my Camaro, which pretty much means I'm on fumes in this car. All the old gas is pretty much done, and we're going to top it off with E85. Yes. Just wanted to get some fresh gas in it, then we can get into some boost. Make sure everything, the next step after seems to be running and driving normal for normal driving, then we can go lean on it a little bit and get it in boost and make sure she can take the power too still.
Shifting, not double clutching like you should.
Okay, first hit on it with some boost. I was just making sure it felt pretty good. So I just did another pull, same boost level. Seemed to be pretty good. It pulled smoothly. Did get a backfire at the end. Sometimes you don't know, right? Like it can be letting off the gas a little bit, having that unburned fuel pop. Not really sure. Biggest thing, like rolling into this stuff, you want to take it easy. That's why I'm running relatively low boost on everything. I'm trying to take this incrementally in like small doses, a little bit more, because if there is an issue or it's not running good, we definitely want to find out without pushing it too hard right off the bat. So I think at this point I'd like to hook up the laptop and reach out to Safe and see if he can take a look at everything and just make sure we're doing right. Okay, talked to Safe. He said, yep, no worries, I got you. Some data log in. We are all loaded up, connected to the data log, and running. So let's go for a drive and get some data to Safe and see what he says. Felt better. No pops in between shifts, and I'm shifting pretty conservatively. I'm shifting at like 7,000 RPM. Sorry, I'm holding the camera while railing through the gears here. Need a cameraman. We'll see what the logs show and send it to Safe and see what he says. Okay, we've got several iterations of back and forth with Safe and I. I'm kind of loading the final tune here. It's doing its reset, which is awesome. You can see, even with everything else that kind of flashed there for a second, even with filling this thing a couple times with over 80% ethanol tested ethanol in the fuel tank, I'm still only showing like 65% ethanol content. Until it gets above 69 to 70%, I'm not going to be able to turn up the boost. But Safe has said that the tune is solid and the car is running good and I'm safe to turn up the boost. So that's really the next step. But in order to do that, I got to get more ethanol content. So I'm going to add some of the race ethanol that Safe sold me, and we'll crank up the boost and see what she can do. There it is. 1 ethanol. Okay, add another gallon or two, and now we're up to that magical number of 70, where that should give us at least more boost other than the minimal setting of 12 pounds. So the point isn't here to go wreck the day. We're just going to ease into things and just slowly build up some more boost and see how it does. Well, bad news. Last time I went for a drive in the Camaro, it started breaking up under boost. I don't know why. And the worst part about it was when I went to scan it with the laptop, it said that we had the ECU temperature high, that same fault that I was running into last year with the car that we had to replace the wiring harness with. Now, that in itself was very frustrating and heartbreaking, and I think I went and cried quite a bit right after that. But the thing is I drove it since then after clearing that code, and even though it still broke up under boost, there was no ECU hot. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on. All I know is it's running not how it should, and we're getting very close to race day. So I've got some last ditch efforts to try. I talked to Safe. Safe's got us a new fueling tune, and he wants us to replace all the spark plugs. All the spark plugs are still from the motor that before it was rebuilt again by him. So it's possible it's blowing out spark, and it could just be a fuel thing. And if the ECU temperature high DTC is not coming back on a regular basis, it's possible we can fix everything right there. So we're gonna a lot of stuff to do today, and we've only got a couple days till race day. Go figure, until the half-mile run. This is how it goes. I should be testing under high boost instead. I'm making sure the car's running. It's a last-ditch effort. That's how these things go with race cars. I'm gonna take it over, and we're gonna get the rear end is leaking. I mentioned that earlier. So I want to get that fixed. It doesn't sit right with me that I've got a leak in the rear. I don't want that expensive rear to have issues just because I've let it leak out of fluid. And yeah, I could keep adding it, but that's not necessarily the solution. So got a lot of work to do, and with some luck, perhaps, just perhaps, we'll still be able to make the race and make some good hardcore passes. So stick with us. It's going to be a good one. All right, getting the leak fixed. This is Adam again. You probably remember him from when we did the dyno session.
Been a couple years.
Yeah, man. And they were cool enough to throw this rear end too for me. So let's spray it off, get her taken apart, and get her sealed up hopefully. So there's always pieces of the puzzle to put it together. Do you see these leaking a lot?
You know, it's not super often, but occasionally you get a little bit out of them. It seems like the more they sit, the worse it is on them, as crazy as that sounds. But
well, that would actually, so this thing has sat for almost 2 years, so
yeah,
that actually probably has something to do with it then. And this right here is why you don't keep looking for more stuff. A staple on the tire. One more thing to deal with. I just mentioned stop looking for stuff.
yeah.
So apparently we've got here's the rear diff all taken apart, and we've got a little jigsaw puzzle of a broken washer here. I think that's at least 90% of it, 95% maybe of it, all put together. I don't know where that. I don't know where that went. Fortunately, it's just a washer, and the actual diff itself looks pretty solid.
Must go right up against that. It looks like this is keyed to go like right.
Okay.
In that slot there.
Is that something we could get another washer and throw back in there, you think?
Good question.
Okay, so end result. Here's the piece of pieces that goes on the diff. So good news is that Mosier said it's a lifetime warranty on that stuff. I've got to bring that whole assembly to Mosier. Fortunately, they're local to me. And then it's going to be like a 2-day turnaround, which sucks because that's Friday. That's the day before race day. We're putting plugs in it right now. I'm going to get the tune in it, but it's literally going to be the day before. And this is how it goes, right? This is exactly how it goes. Adam's checking all the wiring now, making sure there's nothing suspect in the plug wires, just to make sure we've covered all our bases. So mad dash. Okay, just got done dropping the rear axle assembly off at Mosier Engineering. Gosh, this just never seems to fail, right? This race with this car, it's always something. It's always like last second. So basically the rear end, because it's such high quality and they're such a great company, it's warranted for life. So basically I get it fixed for free, and what they're going to do is they're actually going to just ship it out under warranty, and then they're going to give me a new assembly. They just have to pull my gears and put the new gears in the new assembly, and then they said basically it'll be ready on Friday. Race day is Saturday. I have new plugs Adam and I put in the car, and then well, mostly Adam, and I haven't even uploaded the tune from Safe yet. So this is going to be like literally last second ditch to make this race happen. There's not really a whole lot of time for like testing under high boost, which I never got to. There's no time for making sure everything's good. There's no time for me getting a feel for the car at high speed with the high boost. Just last second ditch effort. Let's go make this half-mile race happen with the Camaro. And this is how it is. Like, people who race, they deal with this stuff all the time. You just bring what you brung, and you run it all out last second for a last second fix, and when stuff breaks you fix it last. It's just this is what stress and dreams are made out of. So we'll see if this dream turns into a nightmare or not.